Friday, Oregon State hit 197 for the second time this year, and they're actually 0.2 ahead of pace as they head in to their beam routines. The third-ranked team in the country on beam, Oregon State. Their highs of 49.575 a couple of weeks ago against Auburn, averaging 49.3. And Sophia Esposito getting some final counsel from Tanya Chaplin. Esposito, sophomore from Melville, New York. She had a 9.775 on vault. She'll lead it off, then Buckner and Lech, McMillan, Gonzalez, and Carey.
So their last away meet at Auburn, they went lights out to get their season high, 49.575. And it was a ruckus, distracted, loud crowd. And Tanya asked them about it, and no one said, they were like, we couldn't even hear them.
They're in their bubble.
They're in their bubble. It's the mark of a strong beam team, is that their mental preparation is truly one of a kind, or I guess 3 of a kind, with that ranked number 3 in the country. And Sophia, right away, this combination here, one of the most difficult in college gymnastics, the split to the switch leap to the switch split to the layout step out.
Looks so easy.
It's effortless. I botched even describing it, let alone how she nailed it right there. And it's so difficult that it gets her almost all the bonus that she needs. So she just does the layout here. Gorgeous flight series. She'll do her full turn, the requirement, and then she'll dismount, because that first series there gets her so much bonus. And then also this double twist. Watch her height. Excellent.
I love it. Sophia Esposito leading off their beam rotation.
She's one who tumbles off the end of the beam like that to get that height. So here's that 3-move combination. The switch leap to the switch split leap off of 2 feet, and then the layout step out. Just so clean, so smooth. And here's that double twist. A little, I don't like how far from the end of the beam she was, but she's so high. Nails the landing, but the staggered feet there, that is a deduction.
Career high is 9.9 last year in week 3. Last couple of meets, missed that by 1/4
And Caitlin Williams ends with a very nice double pike for the Huskies. Floor is an event where I think they have much more potential than we've seen in their scores. Oregon State tends to be a little bit of a higher scoring environment on floor, so we'll see if the Huskies can benefit from that.
Huskies in the lower right. And Olivia Buckner, who exhibitioned on vault, getting ready to go second in the competitive beam lineup. She'd improved every meet until Friday. A couple of meets ago, had a career high tying 9.9. Then on Friday, a 9.75. Matching her lowest this year. So Buckner, good beam worker, looking for a bit of a bounce back. Still awaiting the score of Sophia Esposito.
Olivia has a very calm presence on beam. Very steady.
It was a 9.875 for Esposito. And that's the 3rd consecutive 9.875 she's posted. Very solid. 1/4 off her career high. Just what you need getting on base in that leadoff role.
Yeah. And the 97.5 is an awesome place to start. It would be wonderful to see the scores just continue to rise from there. Flight series coming up. Backhand spin layout step out. Beautiful.
They're magical on beam, this team.
And they have so many different styles. She's so fluid. Some gymnasts are really sharp and aggressive, and she is just the same speed, so calm. Good position on the ring jump.
Riverton, Utah native Olivia Buckner, 5-time USA Gymnastics and Utah State champion.
Side aerial. All that's left practice her dismount here. She does a big handspring into her 1.5. Got to get some push off the beam to find the landing.
And she did.
Nice job holding on to it. Beautiful routine from
her career highs at 9.9.
Yeah, really solid competitor. Here's this dismount. Talk about it's hard to generate momentum out of that. Does just enough to nail the landing. And celebrates accordingly. Really great job.
Good start to their beam lineup for Esposito and Buckner. And here's Olivia Oppegaard and her floor routine for the Huskies.
Olivia, one who has 2 passes, so has some extra leaps there. You saw that Torste Green half. Great artistry. Jessa Hansen-Parker said they really work hard on her floor presence, but presence in sport is something that's genetic. Her aunt is Michelle Kwan. Her dad was a Olympic medal winning figure skater. She lacks a little bit of the high power tumbling, but you can get as much bonus and difficulty out of those leaps as you can from the big tumbling.
Olivia Oppegaard, Washington, floor lineup, 43rd in the country, averaging 48.78. Again, they've got 7 gymnasts out with injury, and so they're only competing 9 gymnasts tonight. Lauren Lech going through her final mental choreography after the 9.825 for Olivia Buckner. 3/4 of a tenth off her career high. Lech had a season low 9.7 on Friday, returning to the lineup this year after missing all of last year because of a heart issue. Has twice registered 9.9 this year.
Off the bat, difficult front to back, front aerial to the back tuck. Excellent continuity. It's so important that the gymnast doesn't move, but also, or doesn't stop moving between, but also can't have any bobbles or foot movements. And she really is the exemplar for how to do the front to back connections. Also these leaps beyond 180, just stunning.
And that ring leap, you can see her heel getting up near that ponytail.
Absolutely, and to do that on balance beam, just so challenging to take your eyes off. Her beam really is such that you could snap a picture at any point. Her toe point is exquisite, great extension.
And such great flow.
And such beautiful flow, and so great. Friday's beam, you know, 9.7 would be fine for a lot of people, but that's low for Lauren Lech. So good to see her get back to where we expect her to be. Watch the extension on that split jump, and then the ring. Beautiful. And just so inspirational to have her back in the lineup.
Same heart condition as Olympic swimming legend Katie Ledecky. POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Reduced volume of blood returns to your heart after you stand up from lying down. Lightheadedness, accelerated heart rate. That was her last year. Didn't compete at all and didn't know if she'd ever compete again.
What a remarkable story of resilience for Lauren Lech. Jamila, watch her pike Jaeger. Oh no! It was, I saw her nail it throughout warm-up, and that pike Jaeger, you often see the Jaeger in the straddle position. That is only worth a D. The pike Jaeger worth an E, and so the reason she hopped on the bar there is because she intended to connect the Jaeger right to the overshoot.
This is Jamelia Duffus, sophomore from Kingston, Jamaica for Alaska Anchorage.
You can tell she has great potential and has the chops on bars. When she puts it together, that is a big score.
Yeah, I believe it. Transfer from Talladega. And now we get set for Jennifer McMillan's beam routine. 3 weeks ago, she matched her career high with a 9.9. Since then has put up a pair of solid 9.85s. Lauren Lech, a 9.85. Back on the beam, pardon the pun, after the season low 9.7 on Friday for Lech.
I love a good beam pun.
Don't we all?
smooth. Again, with the different styles and type of beam workers. She's not one who you see doing huge deep breaths or talking to herself. She just has the mental cues. Just a solo switch leap there. Very pretty.
Born in the Dominican Republic, moved to Charlotte, North Carolina.
On that double stag ring where both your front and back leg is bent, I still want to see a 180 position. She was a little bit shy, but awesome. This Beaver beam lineup, they really are special.
And when you consider the fact that her club coaches once told her that when she got to college she should focus on other events, and here she is in the 4th slot on the number 3 team in the country on beam.
And with a phenomenal hairstyle as well to match their pink out with the heart. She's just an exceptional beam worker, also on bars, and has the ability to be on vault and floor. That's how competitive these lineups are.
And that's nothing against her club coaches. They were probably advising her what they thought was best. Hey, focus on other events and you can excel on them. And here they've asked her to be a beam worker, and she's excelling here.
Yep, Southeastern Gym is her club from Charlotte. They have produced so many phenomenal college athletes, and Jennifer McMillan certainly among them. Also, a business administration major, minoring in French and Spanish. So impressive.
Sydney Gonzalez getting ready to go. Gonzalez, another one who had her season end because of injury. She was in the first 5 meets last year, then had a ruptured Achilles tendon. So they're happy to have her along with Lauren Lech back in the lineup. And Sydney's gotten better each meet. 9.775s each of the first 2 weeks, then a 9.8, followed by consecutive 9.925s.
And Alyssa Manley there from Alaska Anchorage, beautiful bar routine, has great form. And Keir Bolden and the Huskies, all the last 2 scores over 9.8.
Alaska Anchorage upper right. Manley, the junior from Albuquerque. And in the pink leotard for Oregon State, Sydney Gonzalez, graduate student from Newport Beach, California.
Here's her front to back, front aerial to the back tuck. She is so good at making that connection and finding that stick. And that connection, so great to have both her and Lauren Lech back in the beam lineup. The senior veteran experience they have in this lineup. Why they're scoring so high.
For McMillan, it was a 9.875, and that was a 1/4 of a tenth shy of her career high.
Side aerial coming up in connection. It looked like she was right on, but gotta really finish those positions. Switch leap to split jump connection. Good split positions. She'll do her front gainer full off the side here as well, just like we saw from Lauren Lech. And just the tiniest hop in place, but 5 for 5 so far for the Beavers, as we've come to expect.
With Jade Carey to follow.
Not a bad closer.
Sydney Gonzalez will await her score.
One of many sister combinations that have competed at Oregon State. Her sister Lexi preceded Sydney on the team.
Sydney's club coach, Whitney Watson, a former Beaver gymnast, primarily a vaulter, 2007 through 2010.
Tanya's talking to Jade right now about the connection in her flight series, which Jade reintroduced on Friday. She'll do the front aerial into the back handspring layout. If the front aerial's on, she makes a lot of adjustments in real time as well.
She loves to tinker, doesn't she?
She loves to tinker. The best can do that in real time. You know your gymnastics so well that she can make those adjustments.
Look at all the 9.975s you have. Remember the judges, and there are a pair of them in these meets. They judge in half a tenth increments. So in each one of these cases, she got a 10 from one of the two judges and a 9.95 from the other one. And it's happened 3 times on beam.
That one at Auburn, she said she felt a different level of pressure because the entire lineup not only had nailed it before her, they'd all stuck their landings, and so she said she felt even more pressure. And to get a 10 from one judge on the road at Auburn, really impressive.
9.75 for Gonzalez, and now Jade Carey. Let's watch her do her thing, seeking her first perfect 10 this year.
The country's leader on this event.
9.975s each of the last 3 meets.
Coming up here is that front aerial. We'll see if she connects it into the back handspring layout. Beautiful connection and a flawless landing. Because she did that difficult connection, she'll just do a little bit of an easier series leaps there. She took out the switch half in favor of just the split jump. And a gainer full away from yet another flawless routine by Jade Carey, but unfortunately takes a hop back on that gainer full. So in my estimation, won't be a 10. You want to see her absorb that gainer full to nail in the stick. But yeah, I mean, how fortunate are we to be in the time of Jade Carey? You can see she came up and had a slight hip adjustment on that, but does such a good job covering it up. And you know, I don't know if the judges are being super picky. I don't know how much her feet actually lifted up and moved, or if it was just her pulling her heels together, which the gymnasts are required to do that. Everybody in the building thought she was going to get a 10 on Friday, and she didn't get it. Got a 9.975. I've seen it that some people think maybe she bends her arms a little bit on her back handspring, so she goes 9.9 today. 9.9 even today. Okay, we'll take a closer look at this gainer full. Perfect in the air. And yeah, I do think the feet lifted up enough. That was not a stick. In the old days of the college stick. The 9.9 is her low this year. That's preposterous. But that's just Jade Carey things. 49.325 is half a tenth off of what they did on Friday. And the 49.325 is 5/1,000th shy of their average. So the number 3 team in the country not going to damage their average. It just won't. This is Mia Heather in exhibition doing a gorgeous front toss to swing down, just like we saw from Jennifer McMillan. Watch the extension in her toe point. There's great flexibility in her ankle. Wolf Turn, sophomore from San Francisco, has never been in the competitive lineup. She exhibitioned on January 17th here, had a 9.85, and again at home 3 nights ago, a 9.65. Switch half to the split to be good connection. You know, 15 of their 24 routines tonight are from seniors. So next year, these underclassmen are really going to be called upon for the Beavers, and Mia Heather will slot in beautifully to this beam lineup. There's her pike, and nails the landing. Emily Ennis, one of the best floor workers in the country. Such a powerful tumbler. She won the NCAA regional title on floor last year. Coach Jeffrey, assistant Langenstein in the corner there, is their floor coach choreographer. Watch the stretch jump out of this Rudy just to show you how much power she has, that she can just bound out of that. Beautiful job.
And she celebrates with her Huskies teammates. Washington now part of the Big Ten. And again, ranked 35th in the country coming into this one. A team that's beset by injuries to 7 different gymnasts. And now Sophia Kaludis, a freshman from Huntington, New York, getting ready for her exhibition routine on beam. 3-time New York State champion, 2-time regional champion. She's never competed. But in week 1 in Oceanside, California, she was told that morning she'd be in the beam lineup because Sophia Esposito wasn't going to be able to go. And just before the rotation, it was determined that Esposito could go. Kaludis was warmed up and ready and looked like a veteran, and she found out she wasn't in.
How many teams have 2 Sophias from New York on them that are beam studs?
We've already seen Sophia Esposito. This is Sophia Kaludis.
2 switch leaps.
To music from Cage the Elephant, which I love. Cigarette Daydreams.
At home, they get to pick their beam songs. On the road, it's typically whatever the home team wants to do. Some like to distract the opposing team, excuse me. Very smooth thus far. A little bit of leg bend on that series. That's what we call a built-in deduction. It can be up to 2/10, both on the back handspring and the layout. And unfortunately, off to the side on that side aerial.
Learning moment for Sophia Kaludis. As you mentioned, she's someone they're going to need next year with the graduation of so many athletes.
That half twisting split jump done sideways. You don't often see it jumping sideways because it's way harder. You are unable to spot the beam as well. Good height on the 1.5. Lacked a little bit of rotation, but great potential to continue the run of awesome beam workers at Oregon State.
And they have had those under Tanya Chaplin, to be sure. And again, ranked 3rd in the country on beam coming into this one. 49.325. Again, that's 5/1000th off of their average of 49.33. And their next 4 meets will be on the road. Next week they will be at the Denver Quad. That'll be on Sunday. Ball State, Denver, and Texas Women's University will be there. And then in a couple of weeks at the Metroplex Challenge in Fort Worth, same site as the NCAAs. Then they'll be at the Stanford Quad coming up on February the 28th. Stanford, Cal, and UC Davis. And then for good measure, the following week on the road at San Jose State. So with national qualifying scores getting ready to come out, 3 of your scores have to be from road meets. And these next 4 weeks really important for Oregon State.
Yeah, when the national qualifying rankings come out, they will drop quite a bit in the rankings from where they are right now because of the low road scores that they have, or the one low road score that first week, the 195.775. Now, I have no doubt they will go to the Denver Quad and get right back up in the 197s where they have been. But it's always interesting to see how dramatically the rankings adjust from the averages that they are calculated on right now to the NQS that will happen when as each team gets to their 6 scores.
Oregon State leading by 9/10 of a point. That's equivalent to about a 10-point lead in football. And with 147.775 right now, they need 49.225 on floor to hit 197 for the 2nd time in 4 days and for the 3rd time this year. And they're getting ready to entertain the crowd in between rotations. Jade and her teammates.
Hard to believe there's just 2 home meets left for these fans to enjoy Jade Carey.
You mentioned it earlier, Elisa. There are certain times when you have to be in the moment and realize you are seeing something remarkable that will be talked about for a long time. Rather like Travis Bazzano, the top overall pick for the Beavers in the Major League Baseball draft last year. That young woman right there, Jade Carey, will look back and say, we saw her do what she did.
Absolutely. I heard someone talking about it out while I was getting lunch today and said, oh, I'm leaving early to take my daughter to the meet tonight because she wants to see Jade Carey. It's a really special thing. And the rise of NIL, good or bad, there's a lot of opinions on all the sides, but what it's done for college gymnastics is allowed these elites to extend their careers and come to college when oftentimes, very few of them have lucrative marketing opportunities in elite even, but in college, they've got so much opportunity and potential now, which is why you see the likes, Suni Lee was at Auburn, you've got Jordan Childs, you have Leanne Wong, you have Kalia Lincoln, you have Joss Robertson, you have so many Olympians. That's just the U.S. Olympians that, college gymnastics has done an awesome job both of marketing their Olympians as well, leading to the rise in attendance.
That they have. We have their Gold Over America tour led by Simone Biles, and Jade Carey was on that tour after the Olympics, and the Golden Girls winning it in Paris. She's part of this Oregon State team. Beavers need a 49.225 to hit 197 in their final rotation.